welcome back to the book of Genesis. We're going to read chapter 35 today. Jacob's return to Bethel. Let's get it. Then God said to Jacob, "Arise, go up to Bethel and dwell there, and make an altar there to God, who appeared to you when you fled from the face of Esau your brother." And Jacob said to his household and to all those who were with him, "Put away the foreign gods that are among you. Purify yourselves and change your garments." Verse 3, "Then let us arise and go up to Bethel, and I will make an altar there to God, who has answered me in the day of my distress, and has been with me in the way which I have gone." Verse 4, "So they gave Jacob all the foreign gods which were in their hands, and all their earrings which were in their ears. Jacob hid them under the terebinth tree which was by Shechem. And they journeyed, and the terror of God was upon the cities that were around them. And they did not pursue the sons of Jacob. So Jacob came to Luz, that is Bethel, which is in the land of Canaan, and all the people who were with him. And he built an altar there and called the place El Bethel, because there God appeared to him when he fled from the face of his brother." Verse 8, "Now Deborah, Rebekah's nurse, died, and she was buried below Bethel under the terebinth tree. So the name of it was called Alon Berkoth." Verse 9, "Then God appeared to Jacob again, and he came from Paddan Aram and blessed him. And God said to him, 'Your name is Jacob. Your name shall not be called Jacob anymore, but Israel shall be your name.' So he called his name Israel. Also God said to him, 'I am God Almighty. Be fruitful and multiply a nation, and company of nations shall proceed from you, and kings shall come from your body.'" Verse 12, "The land which I gave Abraham and Isaac I give to you, and to your descendants after you I give this land." Then God went up from him in the place where he talked with him. So Jacob set up a pillar in the place where he talked with him, a pillar of stone, and poured a drink offering on it, and he poured oil on it. And Jacob called the name of this place where God spoke with him, Bethel. Verse 16, death of Rachel. "Then they journeyed from Bethel, and when there was but a little distance to go to Ephrath, Rachel travailed in her childbirth, and she had hard labor. Now it came to pass, when she was in hard labor, that the midwife said to her, 'Do not fear, you will have this son also.' And so it was that in her soul was departing, for she died, that she called his name Ben-Oin, but his father called him Benjamin. So Rachel died and was buried on the way to Ephrath, that is in Bethlehem. And Jacob set a pillar on her grave, which is the pillar of Rachel's grave to this day." Verse 21, "Then Israel journeyed and pitched his tent beyond the tower of Edar. And it happened when Israel dwelt in the land that Reuben went and laid his Bilhath, his father's concubine, and Israel heard about it." Jacob's 12 sons. Now the sons of Jacob were 12. The sons of Leah were Reuben, Jacob's firstborn, Simon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, and Zebulun. Verse 24, "The sons of Rachel were Joseph, Benjamin. The sons of Bilhah, Rachel's maidservant, were Dan and Naphtali. And the sons of Ziphath, Leah's maidservant were Gad, Asher. These were the sons of Jacob who were born to him in Padaram. Death of Isaac. Verse 27. Then Jacob came to his father Isaac at Miramar and Kirjath Arabim, that is Hebron, where Abraham and Isaac had sojourneyed. Now the days of Isaac were 180 years. So Isaac breathed his last and died, and was gathered to his people, being old and full of days, and his sons Esau and Jacob buried him. That is the end of chapter 35. So we see Jacob, who is now called Israel, is traveling again, and unfortunately we see his wife Rachel pass away from childbirth. Now we talk about the 12 sons, which are the 12 tribes of Israel, and they are all named here in a short little genealogy here. And then we see the death of Isaac, Jacob's father. And that pretty much ends verse 35. And we also see again the mention of Abraham, Isaac, and now of the promise that God, the covenant that God had made with Abraham and Isaac, and now it's being passed on to Jacob. Here we briefly saw that. So in our next chapter, 36, we will read the family of Esau. And this looks like it's going to be a big genealogy, so I might just skip through a good portion of that. But that will be in our next video, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe and give me a big thumbs up, and I'll see you next time in the book of Genesis. Thanks for watching. God bless.